Does God actually want you to be rich? If you've been struggling with this question recently and you've perhaps even been praying for money and you've been at the back of your head thinking, can I actually pray for this? Does God actually want to give it to me? Do I deserve this? Is this an appropriate thing to ask? Is it the devil who wants me to have money? If you've been asking these questions yourself recently, then I want to share a perspective in this video that's going to completely change the way you think and is going to actually help you solve this problem and this uncertainty, which literally is just keeping you so stuck. So, first of all, let's get this thing straight. Jesus was not a poor man. Jesus was not a man which was poor, which didn't have money. Literally, the gold that he was gifted from the three kings who came to visit him was estimated to be worth around $1 million in today's money. And I just to wanted to throw this in just to say that Jesus was not a poor man like loads of, let's say, people online say that he was a poor man. He did not live a greedy life. He did not live a fancy life, but he did have money. And that's completely different things. You can be greedy, you can be reckless, you can be degenerate, and you can be rich. Or you can be rich, but you can live a modest life. You can live a life of helping others, of serving others. So let's just get this out of the way. Then, does God actually want you to be rich? Well, if you want to be rich, then yeah, He does want you to be rich. I'm not saying that God doesn't have a plan for you, right? Of course, of course he does. He does have a vision for you. He does have certain desires that he placed inside of you. And if there's a genuine pull where you feel like I want this, I want to make more money. I want to do this. I want to be able to do that. I want to help my family with this. I want to be able to buy these things. I want to be able to experience these experiences. If that's something you genuinely want, not out of greed, but simply because you feel like that would make you fulfilled and happy, it's not a bad thing to want. When it becomes actually bad is when you're doing it out of greed, when you're doing it out of envy to impress someone, to get revenge on someone. When it comes from these feelings of regret and of sin and of anger, then it becomes a bad thing. But if it's a genuine desire that you have inside of you and you cannot explain it, it means that God put it inside of you. God literally gave you the power to achieve and manifest into the real world anything that you can imagine. That's why you have imagination. It's literally an ability for you to see the things inside your head that you perhaps may want. God literally gave you the preview of your potential future life. Why would He place certain desires, certain thoughts, if He didn't want you to have them? And again, I'm saying it cannot come from envy, from any of the anger feelings and stuff. But if it's genuinely like a desire, a calling for you, you feel like it would help you, right? Having more money isn't evil. It's not evil. It's a must. These days, it's a must. I'm just gonna say this much: if you're not gonna be having money, you're always gonna be a slave. You're not even gonna be able to experience good life, life that you know on this beautiful earth that God created. You will not be able to experience it to the fullest extent. You will not have the freedom of location. You will not have the freedom of time. You will not have the freedom of affording certain foods, certain lifestyles, certain things, certain experiences. You will literally be restricted. You will be like a slave. And do you think God wants that for you? No, but it's your choice ultimately. Do you think that God wants someone who's homeless to be homeless? Do you think that's his plan for them and he wants them to be homeless? No. He gave everyone ultimate free will. And that's why people are degenerate. That's why people are homeless. That's why people don't live the lives that they want. It's just simply because they have free will and they act on their own feelings and emotions and thoughts. And that's why they create the life that they have. So this just goes to say that you can decide to do whatever you want. And if it aligns with God's plan, it's amazing. If it doesn't, well, not good. But the saying that God doesn't want you to be rich is completely foolish. God wants you to have a good experience on earth. He doesn't want you to be degenerate and simply always engage in pleasure, but he does not want you to be miserable. He does not want you to live a life that you don't want to be living. If you genuinely feel that you need money for a certain life that you want to be living, that you need certain amount of time, that you need certain freedoms, why would he say no? No. You cannot make a lot of money. It will corrupt you. You need to stay the same way you are. Why? Why would he make you go through your life feeling miserable? Of course he wouldn't want that. He would want you to experience love. He would want you to experience achievement because ultimately money is not a bad thing. It's just a tool. It's what you it's like you can use a knife to cut food, to feed others, and you can also use a knife to kill. It's the same with money. Money is not a bad thing. Money is literally just a tool. It allows you to have certain experiences, afford certain things, have a strong base in your life. It's what you decide to make of it, which determines whether it's good or bad for you. And if you've been praying for wealth, for for money to start coming in, but you never really were certain whether that's something that you even deserve in the first place. Well, that's because you don't. That's why you don't have it now. That's why you simply will never get it if you keep asking for it. You will be in a feeling of lack, of need, of desperateness. And in the Bible, it says that you need to pray for something and you need to already feel grateful as if you've already achieved it. You need to believe that God will give it to you. God gave you the ultimate power to create and manifest things into the real world. He gave you imagination, and He also will help and guide you towards there. But God created you by His image. That means that you have a part of Him, part of being able to create things inside the real world. And that's why if you genuinely believe in something and you feel grateful, if you feel as if you've already achieved it, right? Because in the end, it all comes down to belief. If you believe that God will give it to you and you're genuinely grateful for it, right? Gratefulness simply helps you believe in it, helps you feel as if God already gave it to you. You stop hesitating, you stop feeling as if you're in lack and need. You simply feel, okay, I've already got it. I just haven't arrived at that point in time yet, but I already have it. If you can get to that point, and in your prayers, you're thanking God, like, I'm so grateful for having all these things, for having a beautiful family, for having this big home with a beautiful garden, with my kids running around here, and having a good car, which I can drive and just enjoy my time. If you can generally feel grateful and uses manifestation, which literally is not an evil thing. Manifestation is literally an ability that God gave you to create things inside the real world, and you couple it with prayer, gratitude, you will get anything you want, literally anything, because you're manifesting today. All the things that you don't have, all the problems that you have in your life, you're manifesting them. You're thinking about it. When you're thinking about lack, you're experiencing lack. When you're thinking about wealth and you're not feeling desperate and you feel like you're grateful for all the wealth that you have, well, it's only a matter of time when you become wealthy. So, no, becoming rich is not a bad thing. It's not something that God forbids and doesn't allow you to have. No, God wants you to live a good life, a meaningful life, a fulfilling life, and you ultimately have the free will. If you decide to do something, it's your decision to make. It's your actions which will decide whether it was a good or bad decision, but it's not a rule. Making money is not evil. Thank you for watching. God bless you.